Today on Another World.
Mac, it's very important to me.
I cannot put more pressure on Jamie at this moment. I can't.
So you're saying you're not going to talk to him for me?
Yes, I guess that's what I'm saying, Rachel. I can't do it now. That's all.
Hope I'm not interrupting you.
So they think that the hit and run was no accident. Well, what do you think?
Well, honestly, I don't know what to think. You know, I'm just a working man trying to mind his own business. Stay out of trouble.
You two are close, right?
We were close.
If they've tried it once, they may try it again, right?
You mean here in the hospital?
That's what I'm asking.
Jamie, I know you have to defend her, but I mean, I understand your position.
No, I'm not trying to defend her. I'm just trying to establish if these figures are correct or not.
Cecile, I know what Cecile thinks. I want to know what you think, Jamie.
Do you remember I said that I decided to remove myself from Rachel's life? Mm-hmm. Well, I think I'm changing my mind.
Mitch, I think you ought to be honest. It seems to me you're looking for a way to get back into Rachel's life.
And now, the continuing story of Another World.
Oh, what? You're awake? What do you want? You want your juice now, don't you? Well, wait a minute. I got to put all this stuff down and sort it before the cleaners gets here. And then, I'll give you your juice now. What are you doing eating your blanket? What are you doing eating your blanket, you cute little thing? Huh? Go down and get some juice? Should we go down and get some juice? Huh? Should we do that? Yeah, sure. Oh, no. You know what? Your mommy needs some help around here. That's the cleaners, and I'm not even ready for them. Oh, hi, Mitch.
Did you forget I was coming over this morning?
I want to know what you think you're doing. Good morning, Cecile. Can't you say hello before you put on your war bonnet? Let's not waste any time on artificial politeness. All right. What can I do for you? I think you know. What did you have in your mind when you were preparing this? You'll have to tell me what you're talking about. With pleasure. The budget, that's what. Although how that can be called one is only by the greatest stretch of one's imagination. I see you had time to look at it. Yes. Where'd you get it? Where do you think I got it? Well, I know you didn't get it from Mac. No, I got it from Liz, as a matter of fact, but I think that's beside the point. Well, what is the point? The point is that this is the worst excuse I've ever seen for a budget. I don't commit something to paper that I don't think is workable. Where did you get those figures? From the department heads, of course. What did you do? Take them out and get them drunk first? I will not take insults like that from you anymore, Cecile. Would you please leave my office? Gladly. But first, I want to inform you that there is no way that we can utilize this budget and keep Brava functioning in 1982. You are wrong. No. You are the one that's wrong, Pat. And there is no way that I'm going to let you get away with this.
Hey, Rick.
Larry.
How's Jerry doing anyway?
Still in a lot of pain. I gave him a sedative so he could sleep.
So what you're saying is right now might not be the best time to go see him.
Well, you can see him. I don't think he'll be responding too well.
Right. Well, I guess I'm going to head on out. I'll drop in on him later.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
Yeah?
Can you tell me where there's a policeman outside Jerry's door?
Here, there's the carrier, and here's his little suit here. I'll let you do that, and then I'll give you this.
Okay.
So, how are things going?
How are things going? They're going, staying at the sporting life.
Yeah? Are you comfortable there?
Oh, I don't mind roughing it.
Good.
Look, I'm going to need a little help with this,
Okay.
I think. Hang on.
All right. Here. There's a technique to this, you know. First you put them down.
You don't mind my taking him out, do you?
No, of course not. What?
Because you look a little worried.
Oh, no, that's not about this. It's about something totally different. Okay,
what is it?
Okay, Tiger. Nothing, just a problem.
What's the problem?
Oh, just a minute. Nobody likes to get into their snowsuit. It's Jamie.
What about him?
Well, he's, you know, I had a big fight, and I haven't heard from him since. Oh, it's all right, it's all right, it's all right.
Maybe he's just cooling off.
I don't think so. I'm worried it's worse than that. I'm worried that he thinks for some reason oh, it's all right. Oh, it's all right. Well, if you just wouldn't fight with me. Oh, I'm torturing my own child here. It's just awful. Okay. See? Oh, whoa. So I'm afraid that he thinks that I want him to choose between him and his new wife. I mean, me and his new wife. This isn't my day. Oh, I know it, but you're going to go outside and it's yes, it is. It's going to be fun. So anyway, it seems to be pretty serious.
It sounds like a pretty stiff accusation.
Yeah, I think it is.
Well, is it true?
No, it isn't true.
So what are you afraid of?
I'm afraid that Jamie thinks it is true. And that I'm going to lose him because of that.
How do you feel about it?
I don't like the girl. I don't like her at all.
Why not?
I'm afraid she's going to walk all over Jamie if Jamie tries to get in her way.
Well, then just tell him to stay out of the way.
All I tried to do was to tell Jamie that I was afraid of what she was capable of, to warn him about her. I don't want him to get hurt. I just can't stand by and watch him get hurt, and I think that's what she's going to do to him.
Well, if you're right, I can't blame you.
Thank you.
No, I mean, I understand. I know what you mean. To be close to someone, and I know you don't want to see him hurt.
Yeah, well, that's the trouble. I just can't do that. I just can't stand by and watch my family about to get hurt, especially not one of the children.
Look, I don't know that I can be of any help, but if there is anything that I can do...
Thank you, but I don't think there is anything you can do. I don't think there's anything anybody can do. I know.
Just right.
Well, this is a big...
That woman, you know, I knew she'd try something as soon as I was away.
Like what?
Well, I put together this budget to try to impress Mac with how little I'm needed around here.
No, I don't think that Pat would do that, Cecile.
Now, what are you doing taking her side in this? You know that she deliberately undercut me.
All right, now, how did she do that?
Well, you looked at those figures, haven't you?
Well, I've seen them. I haven't... Excuse me. Yes? Yeah, will you hold off on that, please? Well, I don't care. 3 color prints aren't right for that layout. No, they aren't. I don't know. I don't know. Tell them to consult Pat on that. I don't have time. Thank you. Goodbye. Now, where were we?
That's what I want you to tell me. Take a look at those figures.
Cecile, Pat said she researched these figures thoroughly.
I'd like to know where she got her research. Jamie, you know and I know that Brava cannot survive if we use that budget for 1982.
All right, you think it's under budgeted, huh?
Okay, you just listen to this. $38,000 for general office supplies. Now, I mean, I slashed Pat's very own budget last year, and I still had to lay out $50,000.
All right, did you listen to Pat's reasons for the cutbacks?
Reasons? What reason could she have other than sheer insanity? Anybody as close to the business as Pat is would able to pick up this discrepancy right away.
Okay, now what else? What other problems in there? Let me write this down.
Okay, good. Well, it gets worse. Take editorial now. And that, I want you to remember, includes color separation service, the writers, the design, the copy.
Excuse me. Yes? Who? Just a minute, all right? Thank you, Liz. No, I don't have those figures yet. Or I haven't finished them, actually. I'm sorry, Liz, I haven't had time. Look, I don't know. Just tell them that they're not finished, or we haven't received them. I don't care. Just anything. You can handle them, can't you, Liz? Thank you.
Jimmy, can't you tell her to stop making all these calls until we're through here?
Well, I'm sorry. Several people are returning important calls.
Well, this is important too. And if you don't think so, then maybe I've misjudged you as well.
Hey, I don't know why you're so upset. Don't yell at me. I mean, you'd think that these figures were engraved in stone and they were absolutely unchangeable.
Yeah, well, I'm beginning to wonder. You know, it seems like everything around here that Pat does is treated as though it was sacred.
Look, you just have to trust that both Pat and Mac know what they're up to.
Trust Pat? Oh, Jamie, she took the first chance she could get. She knew I was going to be away, and she just started pushing right into my areas again, even though Mac made it very clear that we were supposed to stay within our own specialties.
Cecile, don't forget that Mac assigned the budget to Pat.
But that's my area,
yes,
Jamie.
I know that's very true. But we were away.
And who sent us away?
Cecile, you're acting as if this is some kind of gigantic plot to maneuver you off the magazine or something.
How do I know that something like that isn't going on? Huh? I mean, after all, Mac did take one position and divide it into two. And I think that can hardly be called a promotion.
I just think you're getting a little paranoid about this.
Paranoid? I'm protecting my magazine and my job, Jamie. And my job is the budget. And I say that we cannot operate with these figures that Pat gave us.
Okay. Excuse me. Yes. Yes, put him on. I'll talk to him.
Jamie, I'm not through discussing this with
you. This is a
him.
very important
But
call.
I don't care.
Look, all right, I'll talk to Pat about it, okay?
You will?
Yes, I will.
Oh, thank you, Jamie. Now, you make sure that before you talk to her, that you read over these figures carefully so you can see for
I will.
yourself
I've
what's
got to
wrong
get
with
this
them.
call, okay?
All right. Well, thanks again. I'll be going.
Okay. Yeah, hi, Liz. Oh, yeah, I'll hold a little longer. Oh, Liz, after this call, will you please buzz me into Pat? Thank you.
Hey, Larry. What are you doing here?
Well, Jordan, I thought I'd drop by and check on Jerry's condition. What are you doing here?
Well, the very same. I brought him some flowers, hope to cheer him up. I was real sorry to hear about his little accident.
Yeah, I bet you were.
Are you a member of the family?
No, but,
Oh, Rick, this is Jordan Scott. Jordan, this is Dr. Holloway. Without his medical expertise, we might have lost Jerry.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
No?
No.
Was it all right if I see him?
Well, they're not letting anybody in. Not even me. Just the family.
Oh, well, that's too bad. Well, you will see that he gets these, won't you?
Sure.
Thanks. I'll see you later, Larry. And, very interesting meeting you, Dr. Holloway.
Mr. Scott?
Hey, Jordan, I'll check you back at the arena.
Look, you didn't answer my question. Why is there a policeman outside the door?
Well, you got the wrong guy, Rick. I'm not on the police force anymore.
They think there's something suspicious about Jerry's accident, don't they?
You got me. I don't know what they think. They must think he's in some kind of danger, though, or why else would they put a guard on him?
He's in danger here?
Somebody must think so. Why else the cop?
So they think that the hit and run was no accident. Well, what do you think?
Well, honestly, I don't know what to think. You know, I'm just a working man trying to mind his own business.
Larry.
Stay out of trouble.
You two are close, right?
We were close.
Okay, you were close. But if they've... whoever they are, if they've tried it once, they may try it again, right?
You mean here in the hospital?
That's what I'm asking.
I don't know. I just don't know.
Olivia, the reason I'm here is to talk about our plans for tonight. Now, I know the dinner party is my idea, but we don't have to go through with it. We can cancel it if you are too tired.
No, but it's going to have to be an impromptu affair because, to be honest with you, I haven't mentioned it to anybody except for us.
Well, he can come, can't he?
Oh, yeah, he can come. He has to eat somewhere, I think, doesn't he? It may as well be at my house as anywhere else.
Well, absolutely. Now, what about the others? Do you want me to call them? It's no bother. You know, I'm on the phone constantly at the complex, so a few more calls added to my list is nothing.
All right, Liz, you've got my blessing.
Good. Now, did we discuss having Marianne and Rick?
Marianne and Rick, we may have. I don't really remember. I can't even remember my own name today.
Well, I would like to invite them. I think they're such a dear, sweet little couple, don't you?
Okay, invite them.
Good.
Oh, Liz, you wouldn't be doing a little matchmaking, would you?
Shall I invite them, or will you?
I think we already discussed it. You're going to invite them.
Oh,
yes, so he did. Onward to food. Now, do you, I don't suppose you've had any time to do any shopping.
Oh, no, you suppose right. I mean, I think in my refrigerator I have some chocolate pudding, a little radish, maybe some eggs. Not the makings of a gourmet meal. I suppose I could fix something up on my way home, though.
Well, what time do you think you're getting away from here?
Not for quite a while.
Well, perhaps I better take the time to do it. All right, the menu. Have you thought about the menu? What about a little rib lamb chops and a green vegetable, a broccoli or asparagus?
Broccoli.
Broccoli. Some buttered noodles. Not too many. Now, it won't be a fancy dinner, just a good, wholesome meal.
Oh, that sounds great.
Well, it's a cinch to prepare. And I think on the way home I could find a carrot cake for dessert.
You certainly seem to have thought this out well.
Yes, I like to be prepared.
You certainly are.
Well, I was afraid you might be too busy.
No, but Liz, I really want to ask you one question.
What?
Whose dinner party is this anyway? Yours or mine? I'm teasing.
Cecile went over this very carefully and still insists that you've under-budgeted every item very seriously, Pat.
I know that's her opinion, Jamie, but she happens to be wrong. There's not one item in there that's under-budgeted.
Look, I'm sure you've done your homework, but you know as well as I do that Cecile did prepare the budget last year.
Jamie, I know you have to defend her, but, I mean, I understand your position.
No, I'm not trying to defend her. I'm just trying to establish if these figures are correct or not. All right?
I know she did the budget last year, okay? And I know she saved Corey Publishing a lot of money. But I think there was too much fat in the budget to begin with.
That may be. But she still insists there are many flaws here. Now she thinks, for instance...
Cecile, I know what Cecile thinks. I want to know what you think, Jamie.
Well, I haven't had a chance to go over this thoroughly yet. But yes, it is my opinion that it'll have to be reworked.
There's no time for that.
Why?
Mac, when he gave me the assignment, he told me that it had to be in by the 3rd week of March. Now, that deadline is staring us in the face. It's tomorrow.
Oh. Okay, then we have a problem, don't we? Pat, I just think we should all get together on
Jamie, excuse me, but is this what you really think, or is this Cecile speaking again?
What is that supposed to mean?
I just wonder if you would have taken this kind of criticism of this budget if it had come from anyone other than Cecile.
Look, all I know is that Cecile gave me some statistics on this thing that are very frightening and they're very hard to dispute.
Oh, she's a wonderful critic with statistics. She throws around figures with all kinds of authority, but she happens to be wrong.
Well, I'm very sorry that this had to happen, Pat. I'm sure you know what you're doing.
Yes, just as you're sure that Cecile knows what she's doing.
Look, Pat, I think I have a way of handling this peacefully, okay? I'm going to take this budget off with me tonight, and I'm going to work on it, see what I can do with it, okay?
Well, Jamie, would you like me to help you? I could show you how I...
That's all right. I'll call you if I need your help. Thank you very much, Pat.
You know where to reach me.
Yes, thank you.
Liz found those papers you were looking for.
Sandy. Oh, thank you. I've been looking all over for these. Where did she find them?
She said that she found them in Mrs. Frame's office.
That figures.
Hey, are you all right?
Oh, I'm just fine. I'm just fine.
Listen, did I do something wrong?
No, Sandy, you're not the reason that I'm fuming. I prepared a budget for Brava, okay? And Mrs. Frame thinks it's all wrong.
Well, she is in charge of business affairs, isn't she?
Well, she usually is, yes, but Mac asked me to do this project, which is something that I have done long before she came to Brava. So what does she do? She takes it to her husband. She says it's all wrong, that I'm trying to sink Brava. You know what kind of a position that puts me in? It means that I have to answer to a man who's married to a woman who hates me.
Oh, that doesn't sound too pleasant.
Well, that's an understatement. I really hate to put Jamie in this kind of a position, but I felt that I had to stand up for what I believe.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
And if it's one thing I know about budgets. I mean, I've worked out a very good system here, and I think it's unfair. It's just unfair.
Look, you know, Jamie strikes me as a pretty sane, level-headed businessman.
Jamie is most of the time. I just think he's a little biased when it comes to Cecile.
Huh.
Well, I know he doesn't do it knowingly. I mean, the man is under a lot of pressure lately. He's doing the work of 3 men, and he just can't, he just doesn't have the time to concentrate on one thing, which makes him very vulnerable to Cecile's opinions. And she is negative about everything that I do.
Look, why don't you talk to Mr. Corey about it?
Oh, I don't know, Sandy.
What have you got to lose?
I don't know. He might think I'm out of line.
Look, why don't you just give it a try?
Darling, did you forget something?
Oh, yeah, I got to the office and remembered I'd left these papers here.
Oh.
How's everything been here?
Well, it's better now.
What do you mean? Something been wrong?
No, just the usual coping. I don't know, everything was just chaos here this morning. The place was a wreck. The children were cranky. Amanda kept undressing her dolls because she wanted me to send all of the dolls' clothes to the cleaners.
She's just copying her mommy.
And then Matthew was cranky, and then finally, luckily, Mitch arrived.
Mitch was over today?
Yeah. Yes, he's settling in nicely at the sporting life.
Oh, that's good.
Darling, I'm glad you're here because I want to talk to you about something.
Look, could you wait? I have so much work to get done at the complex.
But it's important. It's about Jamie.
Rachel, do we really have to go into that again?
Well, I'm sorry if the subject bothers you.
No, please. It's not that. It's just that I don't want to reopen the subject because you know how upset you get on
Well,
this.
I'm going to continue to get upset until something's done about it, Mac.
Well, if you're talking about coming between Jamie and Cecile, I just can't help you with that. Why don't you drop it, Rachel?
I can't drop it. I care about Jamie. I'm worried about him, and I don't like that girl.
Well, I don't know what you want me to do.
Just talk to him for me.
I can't do that, Rachel.
Mac, it's very important to me.
He is under a lot of pressure, an enormous amount of pressure. He's carrying multiple responsibilities, none of which he wants to give up. I cannot put more pressure on Jamie at this moment. I can't.
So you're saying you're not going to talk to him for me?
Yes, I guess that's what I'm saying, Rachel. I can't do it now. That's all.
Hope I'm not interrupting you.
No, you're not interrupting. How was your walk?
Oh, we had a big walk, big time.
Yes? I'll send him in. Hi, Mitch. Come on in. You're early, aren't you?
Yeah, I've been out at the Corey's. Spending some time with my son.
Oh, what was that like?
Well, I'm not sure that I have the words to describe it. You know what it's like having a little kid just holding on, doing nothing but trusting you? Anyway, that's not exactly what I wanted to talk about. What I did want to mention was, you remember I said that I had decided to remove myself from Rachel's life?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think I'm changing my mind.
Uh-oh, what does that mean?
Well, what it means is that I find myself being pulled back into her life.
Why?
Because I find myself caring about her. That's the way I feel.
But, Mitch, that's normal. When you spend time with someone, you're bound to care about them. Does it worry you that you're feeling this?
No, I don't think it worries me, no.
Well, do you want to become involved in Rachel's life again?
I'm not sure that I have a choice.
Well, why not?
Well, for example, I was over there this morning and I thought something was bothering her, and I asked her what it was, and she didn't want to tell me.
But she did end up telling you, didn't she?
Yeah, I mean, finally it came out that she and her son Jamie were having some sort of fight.
And you're really concerned about Rachel's feelings, aren't you?
Well, I'm not sure that I can help it. I really feel for her, yes. I care what's going on with her. And in this case, she feels like she's lost her son.
And you can relate to that, can you?
Well, sure, I can relate to that. I've lost my son in a way.
Yes, but you can still see your son, but you can claim him as your own if you want
Yes,
to.
I understand that, but she can't. I mean, he has totally rejected her. And the only thing that she was trying to do is keep him from making a mistake. I'd like to do something, but I don't know what it is.
You realize if you do something, you're going to get very involved in Jamie and Rachel's life. How do you feel about that?
Well, I don't know.
Mitch, I think you ought to be honest. It seems to me you're looking for a way to get back into Rachel's life.
Well, Mac, I don't like to bother you, but I'm really at an impasse.
Do you feel that Jamie's treating you unfairly?
Well, I certainly understand that he's married to Cecile, and her ideas are more important than mine.
I wish I had some remedy for the situation. I'm afraid at the moment I'm as much at a loss as you are.
Well, I don't think anybody could stop Cecile from interfering.
Well, at least I can certainly speak to her again.
Well, I don't even know if that'll do any good, but I just really would like her to know that when I've been given an assignment, I expect her to mind her own business and keep her opinions to herself.
I understand that, Pat. I think you're right, and I thought that was the established policy we'd come to.
Well, I thought so, too, but apparently Cecile doesn't care to honor it. Maybe because she's married to Jamie, she feels now she doesn't have to.
Well, the policy stands. You have your area, she has her area. That's the way I want it kept. And if Jamie's the one causing the trouble, then I'll have to speak to Jamie.
Oh, I don't know if you should do that. I don't want to upset Jamie or cause him any trouble. He's so busy right now and so overpressured.
Yes, you're right about that. He's carrying a tremendous workload. Tell you the truth, just between you and me, I'm having second thoughts about having given him so much responsibility so early.
Well, you know, Mac, I have a lot of respect for Jamie's intelligence and his ability. It's just...
Just Cecile. I know that she can be overbearing. It's just that I feel that because of her talent, her ability in making that magazine go, it sort of makes up for for her occasional outburst of temper.
I guess. Still, I think it's going to cause some problems for Jamie, and it certainly muddies the lines of responsibility for me. And with Jamie so busy, Cecile is just going to take on more and more authority and make more decisions, and then we're right back to the problems that we had before.
Yes, you may be right. Well, all I can do is promise you I'll talk to Jamie at the first opportunity.
Okay, but Mac, don't let what I said about Jamie being overworked make you think that he's not capable of this responsibility, because I don't intend that.
No, I know you didn't mean that. And believe me, Pat, I'll handle it as delicately, as diplomatically as I can.
Thank you so much. I know you will. Thanks for letting me go on about it.
No, listen. I appreciate your feeling like you can come and talk to me about it. Now, all I've got to do is find out some way to deal with the problem.
Liz, do me a favor. Try one of these and tell me if they're okay.
Ooh, good. Did you make that yourself?
The pate, of course. I whipped it up between 5 and 5:15.
That's amazing.
What about the lamb chops? Do you trust me to broil them?
How can you ruin them?
It's a good question. I guess we're all set then, aren't we? I mean, except for our guests. That's the one thing we're missing.
I think everything is ready.
Good. That's exquisite timing, isn't it?
Yep.
Maybe I'll hold.
Oh, hello, you two. How
you?
sweet of you to
Thanks
come.
for inviting me, Mrs. Matthews.
Call me Liz. Now, I know you know Olivia from the hospital. Let me take your things. I was just telling Olivia what a darling couple the two of you make, wasn't I, Olivia?
Yes, she was. Now, would you two like an hors d'oeuvre or something?
Thank you very much.
Will you excuse me? I have to check something.
Pate. Please keep your appetite for a lovely dinner.
See, what did I tell you?
About me?
Well, I just sort of casually mentioned how much you like to arrange things for people.
Well, of course I do. It's efficient. It makes me feel...
Needed.
You are darling to say that.
Oh, let me get that, all right?
Okay. Oh, Jim, I'm so glad you could come.
So am I. Nice to see you.
Thank you. Let me take your coat.
Well, Mary Ann, darling, hello.
You remember Rick?
Yes, of course.
Hi, Jim.
Liz, this is so nice.
I thought it would be fun.
I'm sure it will be.
Jim, could you help me pass this wine?
I'm glad to. Mary Ann?
Thank you.
Rick?
Oh, no, I have to get back to the hospital.
Oh, the hard life of an intern, you poor dear.
Well, I'm not on duty tonight, but I thought I'd check on Jerry's condition.
Oh, I was sorry to hear about him. He's going to be all right, isn't he?
It's still a little touch and go, but we're keeping a close watch on him.
Oh, that has to be Russ. It must be Russ. It is Russ.
hello there.
Russ.
Where have I seen you before?
I can't imagine. Oh, is that for me?
Yes.
Thank you. We'll have it later. Now, we said we were going to sit down the minute you came in the door.
Just leave me to it, because I could eat a horse. Hello, everybody.
Well, we're only going to have lamb chops tonight, I'm afraid.
Russ, dear, please, would you take your and Olivia's wine
Yes,
to the
ma'am.
table? And attention, everybody. Quiet, please, and follow me to the table, and I will seat you. Rick, you are here at the head of the table. Marianne, you are at his right. Russ, you are next to me here. Olivia's the guest. She's opposite Rick. And Jim, you're at Marianne's right.
Where are you going to sit?
The only empty chair. Right here. Everybody can sit down and start. Oh, here's Olivia. And now, get ready to pass the salad.
Just a minute, Liz. Before you do that, may I propose a toast?
Oh, lovely.
Since most of you here in the room are involved in the ECU, I'd like to drink to the success of it.
I'll drink to that.
Very much. Yes, indeed.
How about that?
ECU.
It's so wonderful to see you out and around the social scene again, Russ.
I do get out once in a while, Liz, yeah.
And what better place to begin than here? And you, young man, I bet you're in great demand in Bay City's social whirl.
Oh, well, I don't do much socializing.
Uh-huh. Marianne will change that, I'm sure.
Rick is a very dedicated doctor, Aunt Liz.
Well, I'm aware of that, my dear. Oh, Olivia, your place is just perfect for this sort of thing. It's so comfortable, and yet it's pretty. She has so many talents, doesn't she, Russ?
Yeah, there's no question about that.
Thank you, Liz. That's so nice.
Yes, I think a home is very important to a woman. Don't you agree, Ricky?
Oh, yeah, yes, I do.
And
I agree
a
with
family. I can't think of anything more important to a woman except a good marriage. Whatever a woman's career is, her most vital interest is home, husband, and, of course, children when she has them. You want children, don't you, Marianne?
Aunt Liz, do we have to talk about
Liz, I've been meaning
Well,
to
I'm
ask...
all for a woman working. I work myself. You work, Olivia. Well, it would be simply a crime to rob it of one of your special gifts. But I still do believe that the most important thing to a woman, her ultimate goal, is marriage.
Liz, I've been trying to ask you a question.
Really? What?
You said some time ago that you would like to volunteer to help raise funds for the ECU. So...
Mac, I just heard you wanted to see me. I don't know, I'm kind of surprised you're still here.
Well, I could say the same thing about you. Why aren't you home?
Oh, I have a few things that I have to take care of.
I tell you, Pat came over and spoke to me about her altercation with Cecile.
What'd she say?
Well, she just said that Cecile didn't approve of her budget figures, that Cecile thinks Pat has grossly underestimated Brava's real needs.
Well, yes, that is the way Cecile feels.
Well, Pat doesn't agree. Maybe Cecile just shouldn't have looked in the budget in the first place.
But that's Cecile's area of responsibility. I mean, she has every right to be concerned, Mac.
Not in this particular instance. She doesn't have the right because I had to ask Pat to work up these figures for me, Jamie.
What are you trying to do? Undermine Cecile's responsibility?
Oh, Jamie, come on. You know I'm not trying to do that.
Well, I don't know what you're trying to do. I mean, it seems to me that you're just blindly accepting Pat's analysis, even though she may be wrong.
Pat feels that you're doing the same thing with Cecile. Don't you see what kind of position that puts Pat in?
But it's not her area, Mac.
Jamie, we don't want to stand here and argue about whose fault it is. It's probably my fault. I shouldn't have allowed, even in this one instance, the crossover in the responsibilities. But the fact is, we've got to deal with the situation now.
Well, I think I've already dealt with it.
How have you done that? What have you done?
Well, I'm going to work on this budget tonight. And I promise you, Mac, I'll have it on that desk by tomorrow morning, just as we planned. I'll rework the figures myself.
Oh, Jamie, you don't have to do that.
No, I want to. I think it's the only solution, Mac.
It's a very excellent solution, but I still don't think you should do it.
Why?
Because you're already overworked.
I can handle it, Mac.
Well, it's not a question of that. It's just that I think you're taking on too much work now.
What are you doing? Are you saying that, in a subtle way, that you're not pleased with my work?
Oh, Jamie, I am not saying that. I am very pleased with your work.
All right, let's not argue about it. I'm going to rework that budget, and I'm going to do it tonight, Mac.
All right. do the budget, but the world isn't coming to an end if it isn't on my desk by tomorrow morning.
No. You said you wanted it tomorrow, Mac, and you're going to get it tomorrow.
Look, if this is a matter of pride, Jim...
It is.
Well, at least take until Monday.
No, Mac. I just can't.
Here, let me take that.
No, I'll do it.
Oh, my, we're sharp, aren't we? What's wrong?
Nothing. Well, yes, there is something. There's Liz, actually.
Well, what about Liz?
Her infernal matchmaking. That's what about her.
About us? I mean, I didn't notice that you noticed during dinner.
It was obvious, and to you, too.
Yeah, but I don't think it's harmful.
Well, maybe this one incident wouldn't amount to anything, no, but Liz has a history of meddling in other people's affairs.
No, I'm disappointed.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, she just doesn't seem to be a harmful person. She seems, if anything, to be helpful.
Olivia, didn't you see how she embarrassed those kids? With all those comments about marriage and family and how important children should be to all of us.
Well, yes, I did, but it certainly didn't bother me.
Well, it bothered me a lot. I mean, I felt bad for Rick.
Oh, dear. I think I detect that paternalistic note creeping in your voice about Rick again.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Well, I think there is one.
Well, maybe there is.
Well, you like him.
Yes, I like him.
So do I.
And I think I understand him. And his obsessive work habits.
Well, I don't like those, in him or in you. Did you hear him say he was going back to the hospital tonight?
No, he wants to check on Jerry Grove.
Jerry, my word. I didn't have a chance to check on Jerry today. Before I left, I was too busy. How is he?
He's not out of the woods yet.
Well, how's his blood count?
It's not good. It's dropping.
Oh, no.
Well, it's not much. It's just a dip, but still, it's...
Well, it's got to be watched.
Yeah. I'm going to go back there myself a little later on, I think.
Oh, Russ. Don't do that. Don't be in such a hurry. Why don't you stay and have a brandy or something with me?
That might be, it might be very nice, yeah.
I'm sorry, Jamie, for being cross. Maybe we could just whip up an omelet, huh?
No, honey, I don't think I'm hungry anymore. Thanks.
Jamie, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I mean, you're not catching a virus or anything, are
No,
you?
I'm a little tired.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
You got a headache?
Yeah, I have a headache.
Listen, Jamie, look at me. You've got to stop working so hard. You got to take care of yourself. You got to take some time and play, you know? Listen, I've got an idea. How about if we throw a little dinner party? That would be fun, wouldn't it? What do you think?
Yeah, it's fine, honey.
Well, how about tomorrow night? What do you think?
Whatever you want, honey, it's fine.
It's bad, huh?
What? The headache? Yeah, well, it's okay. We have an aspirin.
Yeah, in the bathroom, I think.
Okay. I'll be right back. What are these?
Let's see. Oh, those are some diet pills I used to take. Are there any left?
Yeah. Some amphetamines.
I don't take them anymore. I didn't like the way they made me feel. Way too nervous.
Keep you awake?
They sure did. Are you going to go back to work? No?
Yeah. I think I'd better go.
Will you promise me that you'll get something to eat?
Oh, yeah, sure. I will.
When are you coming home?
I don't know. When I get back.
Oh, you sweet baby. You know how good you smell. Well, you smell very good. And I bet you're hungry after all that rough and tumble. So, I have some food here, okay? Okay.
Amphetamines.
I don't take them anymore. I didn't like the way they made me feel. Way too nervous.
Keep you awake?
You sure did.
Well, that's what I'm hoping for.
Join us each weekday at this time for the continuing story of Another World.